Hello friends, this is Kevin aka K-Man1 coming at you with another episode of Sly 2 Band of Thieves. In the last episode, we went over all the powers in the game, just so we know what we're dealing with when we're tackling the final area. And in this episode, we're going to work down on taking down all four... I don't even know how I just said that. We're going to take down the generators. Woo! English. So in this we're going to kind of get into how I say this is a really well-designed area, because the missions that are coming up really play into the different characters' strengths and weaknesses very, very well. But anyways, I've been like non-stop in combat with guards for a really long time, so I'm really hoping they'll stop attacking me. That is one thing I will say about this area. It's that if you do get into combat with guards, then you'll pretty much be non-stop fighting them for a long time, depending on where you're positioned. And I just want to make sure... Okay. I just want to make sure I'm going to the right first mission with the way I've planned out, how I'm going to be doing things. So yeah. The path I'm showing isn't necessarily the best path, but it is very efficient in how many times you have to switch out characters, which we'll be getting to very soon.
This engine room is locked down tight. Since we can't get in, I figure we'll have to destroy it from the outside.
I hope you're carrying some heavy explosives, Bentley, because that engine isn't small.
It just so happens that there's a ready supply of explosives already available on the blimp. Walk one of these TNT barrels up to that engine room to destroy it.
Sounds easy enough. What's the catch?
The initial payload in that TNT barrel won't be powerful enough to do the job. If you pick up 3 magnetic chargers, you should achieve the necessary blast force to destroy the engine. It's simple, really. Just get close to the chargers, and they'll automatically attach to your barrel.
All right, let's blow stuff up.
Alright, I'm of a mind with Sly on this one, 100%. And so this mission is pretty much all I'm talking about when I say this area is really well designed. Because, barring some places where you have to like jump up a platform in a smaller area, you can get literally anywhere in this entire mission area just by walking. Yes, this barrel level... I really hate barrel walking, but I will say it is really awesome that you can get anywhere literally just by walking. So the next thing to make note of is if, say, you manage to get one of the inducers, but then you get caught by a guard and blown up, you will keep your progress in collecting them. You'll just be restarted at, I think, the spawn point of the last one you picked up. I might be mistaken on that, but either way, since I do hate barrel walking more than anything else, even in really well-designed areas like this, I think I'm just going to go ahead and speed this mission up.
should be the last time anyone puts that engine to use.
So I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty underwhelming explosion after all the trouble I went through to get that done. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and... I don't know if it's really worth cutting ahead with how fast Sly can navigate with the feral pounce that I went over in the last video. Also, you saw I kind of used it during the clue collection mission to pull that sort of move with it. Anyways, the next Sly mission is right up over here. And so we're just going to take care of it.
To disable that engine room, you and I are going to have to work together.
Happy to have you along, Bentley. What do you need me to do?
Pickpocket the guard's keys to the engine room. Once you've got the door open, I'll take over.
Okay, you should take your position. It's not gonna take me long to lighten these guys of their keys.
Alright. And like Sly said, this pickpocketing should go relatively quickly. And speaking of pickpocketing, I feel like it's... I missed this paraglide. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm the best player. Anyways, in the last mission, while I was barrel walking, it was just like completely canny how I feel like all of the guards had something to pickpocket, but since I was in the barrel, I couldn't get out to take it from them. So it was ridiculous. I hated it. It was just like, it's always so bad when like you see something to pickpocket, but you just don't have the option because of whatever mission you happen to be doing. Or like you're playing as Bentley and Murray and all of the guards have something to pickpocket, but when you're actually like trying to grind money with Sly, it's just no one has anything worth pickpocketing. So that's just the way it is, I guess. Come on. Oh. But anyways, as this guard really takes his time to go back to his post, we already have one of the keys, and by already, I mean only. Oh, come on! Oh. Oh, and since it's a key pickpocketing mission, I'm pretty sure they make you start over. Oh, no. I get to keep one key. How very, very kind of them. Anyways, I'm probably just going to either speed up or cut between the different key locations unless I find something interesting to talk about. In which case, I will see you guys in just a moment.
Okay, Bentley.
Alright, and we're back. I feel kind of bad about speeding up so much, but what you have to understand is that these later areas are really big, with no real new gameplay added to them. But anyways, like Murray's saying in the background, you need to shoot all these bulbs. I'm terrible at explaining stuff when there's like noise behind me, which is why I decided to let's play a game with a lot of voice dialogue. But yeah, the big thing you want to do right here is shoot the bulbs with your sleep dart, but always shoot them in the matched pairs. So if you shoot this one on the top, you're going to want to shoot the one that the electricity is going to. And the electricity is really just a way of marking it so that you know which one you need to shoot. But it's very, very kind of them to include such a thing. But yeah, like I was saying, the new areas are just really big, and the missions don't really offer new gameplay mechanics for me to explain. So I've elected to cut and speed up a lot more recently, just because I don't want the game to feel repetitive necessarily. So we have a few more bulbs we need to shoot. And yeah, you can kind of hear your reload. It's like a weird clicking sound in the background, but you can't just like non-stop fire sleep darts. I don't know if I've ever been over that before. See, just because we're in the last area doesn't mean we don't have new gameplay mechanics to discuss. So, alright. So now let's work our way up to the next level, just like Murray said. And we've got these nice little pistons here. Yep. Alright, so like Murray said, we just gotta drop bombs on these thingies. And I'm surprised they don't have like a counter for it, but I guess they didn't really have one for things down below. So I should be ashamed of myself for expecting such a thing. Alright, so we just flip the switch, and we are good to go. Alright. And so now, you'll notice that we're playing as Bentley. And from that alone, you should probably be able to tell where this whole mission system is going. Basically, each engine requires the skills of 2 different characters to take down. So, no matter how you play them, you'll always switch around so that you are able to complete another engine destruction mission. Except in the case of the TNT one, where you kind of need to be as Sly. So, as long as you either complete that one first, or plan things so that you are playing as Sly at the end of the switcheroos, you'll pretty much be good to go as far as being able to complete the missions in a timely manner, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and, since it's gonna take me a little while longer to get there, anyways, I'll probably, it's like I want to cut, but at the same time, that's not the button that's supposed to be on. Okay. Well, I've apparently messed up my power grid at some point, but anyways, let's just go ahead and jump into the next mission.
That's one of the engines that needs to be disabled. I won't lie to you, Murray. This is going to be a tough job that requires both our skills.
My skills? Okay, Bentley, if you say so.
First, I'll need to hack the stations controlling access to the engine room. Then, Murray, you'll need to head inside and use your muscle to finish the job.
The Murray will be ready to go.
Alright, so we have to hack 3 different computers this time around, and you know what hacking means? Speed ups! Yay, speed ups! Okay, but for seriously though, like I was saying before, I don't want the missions to feel repetitive or long and drawn out, so I'm electing to do a lot of editing, just so you guys don't feel the length of gameplay the same way I do. Actually, this is a good chance to explain a new gameplay mechanic. For this area, and only this area ever, even though this is a great power-up, your bullets will now ricochet. So you can kind of hide around corners and avoid direct confrontation of enemies if you place yourself well. But each of these missions is just going to be a new way that you need to take advantage of geometry in order to have great success. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and speed it up from here. It probably goes without saying, but I really, really hate some of these hacking parts. Ugh. That last one's a total jerk because the AI for the little bots is programmed to just body block that final area. And yeah, but anyways, right now you just gotta button mash to make the things go up. And guards will come in, but they are not a problem for the Murray. So, it's just going to be a lot of this, but since I actually enjoy fighting guards on screen for you guys, I figure might as well go ahead and show it. Alright, where are you at? Okay, apparently my powers aren't even remotely in the right spots, so I'm going to set those up so that they're actually what they're supposed to be. Okay, that's the problem. For some reason I was still on Fist of Flame, even though I know I changed it to Diablo Fire Slam? Yeah, that's what that's called. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I'm actually very well geared for fighting multiple guards at a time, so I might just ignore these guys a little bit until I can get them in a group. And then I will just... Well, that's an amusing interaction. Really? You didn't die from that? Yeah, something I haven't actually gone over is that later game guards actually do have more, like, effective HP. Murray can still take them down with 2 normal punches, no problem. And Sly can take them down with 4 normal hits, but it's really mostly just, like, their resilience towards special moves.
Thunderflop on the giant cylinders. That should finish him off.
So, definitely just something to keep in mind that later on in the game, guards basically just have more HP. But now we are thunderflopping our merry way along. And you can actually use the Raging Inferno flop on this, but there's no sense in using Power Meter when you don't need to. So, just gotta drop these last couple down and disable the engine.
Pull the plug on this thing.
Alright. So, that's generator number 3 disabled. Or at least it is now that I've actually pulled the lever. Alright. So, now I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the Murray teaming up with none other than Sly. See you guys in just a moment.
Murray, it looks like I'm gonna need some help getting into that engine room.
Happy to help.
Bentley tells me that the door to that room is locked down by wall-mounted power stations located throughout this blimp. I'll need you to take out all the power stations and then pry open the door by hand.
No sweat, Sly.
Alright. So this mission basically functions the same as the alarm destruction mission from Paris. All you need to do is find something, and I'm not completely sure on this, but I'm pretty sure if you use the explosive barrels... Okay, no, it doesn't take them down in one hit. I thought it would, but I was wrong. Yeah, it does sound an alarm, and makes guards come after you, but... Come on, why isn't there anything, like, spawning that I can grab and pull? Well, that's that one taken down. And for some reason the mech eggs aren't spawning, and those are supposed to be like your infinite resource for throwing at stuff. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut between the different shield, alarm, whatever they're supposed to be called. I honestly wasn't paying that super close attention. But yeah, I'm just going to cut between those. Not with this one, because I'm already here, but with the next ones, I promise. So that was the last of the power boxes. So let's work our way up to the generator. And can I make this with a turnbuckle launch? I think I can. Alright, yeah, I made it. Wasn't even a little bit surprised. All calculated, as it were. But anyways, I'm pretty sure we're going to need to just button mash to get this open. So, let's do this.
Your turn, buddy.
And I swear, a lot of the places weren't like infinitely spawning this stuff, so I could just take care of them really easily.
This place
So.
is packed with laser security. First, you'll need to make your way to the far end of this
Alright.
room. Then jump up to the second level to get at the engine room control.
So I feel like in a lot of later areas, Sly's missions still consist of just dodging lasers and different security stuff. And since every character actually has the same jump mechanics, it's kind of unnecessary for Sly to be the character you're playing as. But I guess they just want to really keep Sly as like the main platforming character, and then Bentley as the gadget user, and Murray as
The control center is opposite your position in the room.
whatever Murray does.
Some well-timed spire jumping. You should be able to
So,
get access.
this area, the big thing you're going to want to be wary of is that the blades will spin, and if you're standing on a blade while it's spinning, then you'll take damage. And since taking damage is something we're always wanting to avoid, you'll know that we're going to be switching back and forth between these blades very, very frequently. And depending on how well you're able to focus on stuff like this, this is going to be a different difficulty level. Because as you can see right there, I completely and utterly failed. But that time, it was not a problem.
That's lights out for this.
Also, I'm an idiot and I won't be able to collect that vault, so I'll probably be right back with some editing magic. Alright, and through the powers of editing magic, we're back to open the final vault.
Arpeggio really knew his encryption algorithms. As it stands, I'm only 86.5% convinced the code to the vault is...
Alright, so 7, 2, and 5. And so the power we get for this is the Shadow Power. And what is that, you might be asking? Well, it's the power to turn invisible. Very, very awesome. Only real downside to the power is it is very likely going to be the last power you get. So you won't be able to abuse it for very long. But there's still something quite satisfying about running around and dunking guards from the shadows. But anyways, back to the slideshow that's about to come on.
And an unexpected windfall, I've been contacted by Inspector Fox over the shortwave radio. She's well aware of the dire situation we all face if Klakla becomes immortal, and has agreed to join forces with us so that we can destroy the robotic bird. The only catch is that she's unable to locate this blimp on her radar. To help her hone in on our position, we'll need to boost the strength of 4 local radio towers. Once Inspector Fox is in range, she'll take one of us on board to act as a tail gunner in a dogfight against Klakla. This is it. We don't have time for another plan. We're almost over Paris, and if that hate hypnosis light show goes off, well, you know the story.